Welcome to Financial Engineering and Risk Management on Coursera. My name is Garud Iyengar. I'm a professor of operations research at Columbia University. Most of my teaching is in the BS and MS programs in financial engineering at Columbia. The MS program in financial engineering at Columbia is one of the best in the country. I'm co-teaching this course with my colleague Martin.
Yes, my name is Martin Hull. I'm also in the Operations Research Department at Columbia University. Most of my teaching is in the Master's Program in Financial Engineering. I've also worked for a few years in industry as a quant, and so I hope to bring some of that experience to bear when we're talking about financial engineering, and I hope I can bring to you the practical side of financial engineering.
The goal of this course is to give you a very broad and accessible introduction to financial engineering and risk management. Talk about what are the important problems of this field, how they are implemented in practice, why theory doesn't always translate into practice. And what we would try to do is to keep the mathematics at the level of an advanced undergraduate so we can focus on the financial concepts.
That's true. In fact, we're going to focus on discrete time models rather than continuous time models in this course. We'll focus on using probability rather than the rocket science of stochastic calculus. And the reason we're going to do that is we feel that we can teach the fundamental concepts of financial engineering in a much better way when we keep the mathematics to a fairly basic level.
We'll have about 2 hours of video per week, 7 to 8 assignments through the course, and you'll be expected to turn in about 6 of them.
You're going to learn the key concepts of financial engineering and risk management in this course. You'll understand why portfolio optimization and asset allocation are very difficult to implement in practice. You'll see why value at risk and conditional value at risk are sometimes very controversial, and you'll understand the pitfalls associated with those risk measures. You'll also see why the Nobel Prize winning work on derivatives pricing is often very different to how derivatives are actually priced in industry.
You'll also learn how financial engineering can be abused and has been abused in practice, but you will learn that financial engineering is very important. It's now indispensable. And as part of this course, we'll also show you how many of the concepts that came up in the context of financial engineering now have expanded to other markets, such as insurance markets, commodity markets, and even election markets.
That's true. And you'll also see how computer science, probability and statistics, operations research, applied math often come together to help you solve very important and practical problems in financial engineering.
An exciting feature of this course is the participation of our colleague Emanuel Derman. Emanuel is the best-selling author of the book My Life as a Quant. He was a collaborator and a co-author of Fisher Black and was at the time working with him when many of the important ideas in financial engineering were being translated from theory into practice. We are very excited to have him, and he would be participating in the course as 2 or 3 interview modules where we'll be talking to him about how financial engineering started, what were the important problems, where does he think financial engineering is going, and we will be asking you to submit your questions. If you're interested, we'll talk about all of these questions along the way.
You know, there's also truth to the common complaint that the financial industry is too big and that too many of our brightest and best students enter into finance. We agree. But risk management and financial engineering are here to stay. In fact, we believe that not nearly enough people are financially literate, and that includes doctors, lawyers, engineers, politicians, and regulators. In fact, we strongly believe that many of the worst excesses of the financial crisis could have been avoided if there was greater financial literacy in the general population. You know, it's often said that economics is too important to be left to economists. Well, we feel the same way about finance and financial engineering. It's too important to be left to economists, bankers, and politicians and regulators.
Financial engineering and risk management is a very important part of the global economy now, and as Martin said, it's here to stay. This course is going to expose you to some of the most important problems of this field and hopefully encourage you to learn more.
So we'll see you soon.